Edition 15. When it comes to listening, I'm all ears. If the understanding is there, who really cares? Happy New Year's, Ramadan Mubarak, or even happy birthday. Wherever you might be in life right now, hello. I didn't quit. I just needed time to get some life things figured out. I've also done some housekeeping on my Substack, so writing and recording this year should be a lot easier. On to today's conversation. For a long time, I belonged to the camp that believed audiobooks didn't really count towards your book goals. My thinking was, if you really wanted to understand and enjoy a book, you had to read it. And listening, that's cheating. Surely it's not beneficial. No, the proper way to read was to sit down with your specs and book light long into the night. Obviously, I'm kidding, though I still do agree with the purists that focus on the benefits of reading. For one, it certainly does increase your attention span. I have mentioned this in previous letters, but audiobooks do offer their own very real-world advantages over sitting with the book. Because fundamentally, you don't need to be sitting at all. Audiobooks can be listened to while doing any passive activity, driving or taking a walk. You can think about it like a podcast, just more researched and thought about. This take-it-anywhere format really allows you to be consistent, and that alone is worth considering. Now, a lot of people dislike audiobooks because you can't do what peeps call marginalia, writing in a book, as easily on Audible. There is a bookmark button which captures a 30-second snippet of what you just listened to, and it works, but finding your clips is clunky and takes far too much effort, so going through your saved clips quickly becomes a nightmare. This is why I feel YouTube gurus on the internet kind of have it right. Their collective take on audiobooks, listened to particularly at speed multiples, is a way to get a feel and awareness of the book and its context. They have a lower bar for what's absorbed, and it's more about the general ideas in the book. You might disagree at first, but in practice, this works. Firstly, I found I've remembered more than I expected. Speed multiples isn't compulsory, and also nothing is stopping you from still reading the book once you've listened to it. If anything, it's a lot easier to read the second time round. The following was proof enough for me. A while ago, I listened to the second Harry Potter book. There was a scene where Hermione needed a book from the library's restricted section in order to brew the Polyjuice potion. I remembered that getting the book was not straightforward, but I couldn't remember what they did. Out of laziness, I asked AI, which confidently insisted that the book was simply available, laying around in the library. I knew something was missing, and there was definitely more to the chapter. I thought, and thankfully it came back to me. They had to charm Professor Lockhart into signing a permission form. He was, of course, more than happy to do so, because it gave him another excuse to autograph something, of course. I guess I could have forgotten and moved on with life, but recognizing that listening had left such a clear memory felt genuinely special. It was strange, but I proved my old self wrong in that moment. Listening was a viable substitute. While on the topic of listening, another wonderful AI tool is Google's Notebook LM, which converts your own topics and research into podcasts or audio overviews. It's more of a summary of the research you have given it. To give you a real-world example, this is one I made earlier with deep research information from ChatGPT around the New York Times bestseller list. What came back from ChatGPT was an 8-page long document, and I was never going to get through that. So being able to paste that into a tool like this and get out an enjoyable conversation to listen to is brilliant. Just think of the possibilities and topics you could put together. I really love the hosts, and the banter is great. Would love to know your thoughts on this, by the way. It's pretty amazing, and I don't think any less comprehensive than most of the human podcasts out there today. Anyway, there's a link for Notebook LM below, as well as the snippet. See you in the next edition. Your pal, Imraan.